Welcome back. So let's talk to Captain Nebeve again.
Hello.
Uh-huh.
Let's tell him about the old sailor who is willing to call in that favor for us.
You know old Umbrianos, don't you?
The old drunk? Aye, he'd be a good captain once. But ever since he lost his ship, he hasn't been much worth to anyone.
Be that as it may, you do owe him a favor, right?
Aye, that I do. He saved my life more than once. And I wouldn't be captain of this beautiful lady if it weren't for him.
Guess what? I'm here to cash in on that favor.
I'll be damned. What did you do for the old geezer? Promise him your hand in marriage?
Not likely.
Don't you mind that, old boy. Just get ready to sail south. You're giving me a lift to the island of Elias. I mean, since you're already heading for Gien.
I am? That could prove a little tricky.
How come?
For one, there is no wind. That accursed alchemist up north has put some kind of spell on the wind. Clax, I believe his name is. Roper Clax. Lives in a bloody rock somewhere beyond Riverwood. As long as he's got his dirty claws on the wind, this vessel ain't going nowhere. Then there's a little problem with my crew. I can't very well leave the harbor without a navigator, and my last one decided he didn't much care for the sea anymore and went off to marry a serving maid.
But, okay. Let's say I manage to free the wind and find you a new navigator. Then will you drop me off on Elias?
You think you will be able to defeat Clax, free the wind, and find me a new navigator? By Jaw's pus-filled left eye, if you do such a trick, then I'll take you wherever you wish to go. Most likely they'll be holding your funeral within the week, girl. Just leave the madman be and let the army deal with him.
Never you mind. As long as you keep your promise and take me to Elias.
What's with Elias, anyhow? It's been deserted for hundreds of years, ever since the Dolmari fell victim to the Great Plague.
I need to visit the Elation people, to listen to some of their stories.
As if there aren't enough stories here. It takes all sorts, that be for sure.
Well, seems like we need to go find this Clax fellow and defeat him. Check out this diary entry. I've turned into everybody's little errand boy, girl, person. I do one favor for one person and boom, I'm running around the entire Northland solving people's problems. This time it's some whacked out magician, alchemist, up north somewhere. He has, get this, captured the wind. How the hell do you capture the wind? I mean, I can just wave my hand a bit and voila, instant wind. But who am I to argue? Magic's never been my forte, so I don't have a choice. I'll have to travel north, try to talk to this alchemist, this Roper Clax guy, into releasing the wind. And then come back here. I don't even know how much time we have left before chaos destroys the worlds, but I'll have to hurry. And since I'm not particularly familiar with the lay of the Northlands, so to speak, I'll need a map. Well, it just so happens we already have a map. A map of the Northlands. See?
It's a map of the Northlands.
Okay, it's supposed to be for Tan Layak, but I'm sure no one will mind if we borrow it for a while. So we should probably set off. I think that's already possible, but we'll see soon enough. Yes, because I have the map, we can go on the road north. If I didn't have the map yet, I would have to get that first. But since I've already done that, it's not a problem. I hope this Roper Clax fellow is easy to find.
I'm not about to turn around and go back to Mercurian.
No, but I'm stuck. Okay, I was stuck behind this person. Anyway, there's a monument there. Really big one, too.
Those monuments? They're enormous, like man-made mountains. Wonder what they are. What they were made for. Monumental.
Indeed.
It's a farmhouse. It's a small barn.
They really went all out for the descriptions of these things, didn't they?
It's some kind of cattle, but not the kind of cattle they breed in Kansas.
Well, I guess we should head into the forest. See if we can find this alchemist. What the hell? It's the bird. Okay, another map. Go back to Marcuria, or the place where we just were, or the forest. Of course, we want to go to the forest.
It's a discarded wagon wheel.
Well, let's follow the road. Ooh, look who shows up. It's Crow, or Bird, or whatever you want to call him.
Do you always travel like you got a two-headed Besparian nymphate on your tail? I couldn't keep up half the time.
Crow, is that you?
Of course, there was that pair of stunning robin redbreasts. Twins, did you know? Not as if I could just leave them without a kiss or two. Or 12, as it turned out. Maybe I'm just out of shape after being stuck in boxes and cages and knapsacks for the past 20 years.
I guess it is you.
Of course it's me! How many birds do you know with both good looks and a sense of humor?
None?
You got a sense of humor.
Oh, funny. Nah, that's funny.
What are you doing here, Crow?
What am I doing here? What am I doing here? How about a nice to see you, Crow, or I've missed you so much, Crow, or at least a glad to see you out of that chest, Crow?
It is nice to see you, Crow. How did you escape?
Cunning, milady. Of course, that keg of Androgen stone liquor the old geezer got his hands on didn't hurt. I've never seen such a shameful display of public drunkenness in my life. Well, not since the last time I had a thimble full of wine. Phew, boy, were those ladies in for a surprise. When they were told I could talk, I'm sure they didn't count on my encyclopedic knowledge of Dolmari obscenities. The old man was gonna gamble me away again, you know. Went straight back to the cups handler after the, celebration. So, I decided to split before they put me back in the cage. That place was like a prison without the amenities. And let's not even mention the food. Did you ever try roasted elguan dung? Ugh, pooey, duh, don't, ever. So, I pecked a button here and some soft tissue there and fled. I had nowhere else to fly, so I decided to join you on your, quest. It sounded like a spot of good old-fashioned fun. Like a bird's own adventure. It's not as if I came after you because I like you, though. You don't have any feathers.
Thank God for that. Okay, if you want to join me, I wouldn't mind some company. I'm guessing you'll be using your wings, though, and not your feet?
The ground's no place for a free spirit like myself, baby. Besides, I hear there are a lot of good-looking birds in this forest, and let me tell you, they don't parade about on the ground like winged chickens. Just try to slow down once in a while. Let me catch up.
Sure. But how do I get your attention if I need to talk to you?
Can you whistle? Like this?
How can he whistle with a beak?
Sorry. But wait a second. I got a little flute. I could use it to call you.
I'm not a sheepdog. Let's get that straight. You play your tune, and I'll consider your request. I won't be flapping to attention like a tame soldier hawk.
Deal. We better get moving, though. It's getting late.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll try to keep an eye out ahead in case there's trouble.
In case there's pretty birds, more likely. Well, that was certainly interesting. But we'll continue in the next video.